We're following a developing story this afternoon. New fallout after a Facebook post by a local Republican group. It shows 4 Democratic congresswomen on a made-up movie poster with the title Jihad Squad. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Bradley.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte. We'll get to that story in just a moment. But first, we've got breaking news that we're watching. A large fire, a house fire on the south side.
Amy Rutledge is over at Skycam 9.
Yeah, guys, well, the good news is that we are hearing that the structure is vacant at this point. We're seeing that the windows are boarded up, so hopefully that is the case, because when we arrived here on scene, there was a significant amount of smoke and fire pouring out of the roof here. You can see the fire department on the roof here cutting holes in to vent this fire. They're also attacking it with water from the inside. It stands largely alongside for the building that is adjacent to it, but the rest of the sides of the building are open, so they've been working to try and keep the fire from spreading to the other building. Again, this is at 85th and Halstead, and we are seeing a number of crews now watching this building and trying to get this under control. It looks like they are making fairly quick work of the fire. It was quite a significant fire when we first arrived here on scene just about 10 minutes ago. In terms of traffic, we've got closures on Halstead from 83rd to about 87th. The structure also sits just a few feet away from the Metro Electric line, and we're not seeing any disruptions with the Metro Electric line. At this point, of course, no word on what causes fire or if there are any injuries associated with it. That's Blaze from Skycam 9. Back to you guys in the studio.
Amy, thank you. Now to a story that is gaining attention across the country. Some are calling for legislation to deal with hate speech from elected officials.
WGN's Mike Lowe live in the loop with more. Mike.
Ben and Lourdes, good afternoon to both of you. This is all an outgrowth of President Trump's rhetoric, his racist tweets, and that ugly phrase that has been directed toward 4 women of color in the United States Congress. Today, a civil rights group said that President Trump and any elected official who spreads hateful messages should be held responsible.
This is abnormal. This is insane. This is un-American.
Civil rights advocates and activists strongly condemned a meme posted on the Facebook page of the Illinois Republican County Chairmen's Association that depicted 4 minority congresswomen as the Jihad Squad in a parody of an action movie poster with the tagline, "Political jihad is their game, and if you don't agree with their socialist ideology, you're racist." The meme also included the association's logo in a sort of stamp of approval.
Making America great again is not making America hate again.
Ahmed, Rehab, the executive director of the Council on American Islamic Relations in Chicago, says even though the image has been taken down from the group's page, the damage has already been done.
It's not sufficient to merely take down something as terrible as this. The fact that it was there in the first place is still a fact.
The women in the photo are Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, and Rashida Tlaib of Michigan. Omar and Tlaib are the first 2 Muslim women in Congress. U.S. Senator Dick Durbin says he holds the president responsible for the debasing and poisoning of the public discourse.
The politics of Donald Trump are very contagious. The vectors of this infection that he's putting into the Republican Party are fear and hate and racism. And Republicans across the board have to resist this.
Mark Shaw, the president of the Republican County Chairmen's Association, wrote Sunday in a Facebook post, quote, "An image which was not authorized by me was posted on the Facebook page. I'm sorry if anyone who saw the image was offended by the contents." Tim Schneider, the chairman of the Illinois Republican Party, condemned the post. In a written statement, he said, quote, "The recent social media post coming from the IRCCA does not reflect my values or the Illinois Republican Party's values. Bigoted rhetoric greatly distracts from the legitimate and important policy debates."
America, you're better than this. Republican Party, you're better than this.
Meantime, the Council on American Islamic Relations is pushing federal legislation that would censure elected officials who engage in hate speech.
We feel this incites violence. And we feel that elected officials have a responsibility to be held to the same standard that all Americans are held to.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot weighs in on this controversy. For now, reporting live in the loop.